Hi again, educator friends. You are now on video 3 of 5 on how to make your own Google site. This video is going to focus entirely on adding content to your site. I am going to show you my actual site, how I have it organized, and what content I have on that site. And then I'm going to show you how to add some content onto your own. So I'm going to shut off my webcam and here we go. All right, so this is the site, as you remember, that we were building together. All right, so I had cleaned it up a little bit. I got rid of the About page and just put Meet the Teacher. I did that because I'm going to link a syllabus in another place, but I have my courses with all of the different blocks that I teach, okay? So that's just the idea that I had. I, again, can make that as different as I want. Let's go to my actual class site, and it is a little bit much. I know I love putting GIFs in there and I love customizing things. So this is my classroom. This is the home page. So this is the actual live site. This is not the editable version. So this is what it looks like when you go to my webpage. So I have 3 different portals, and as you'll see up here, I have an About, like I recommend, with my syllabus and a Meet the Teacher. So I didn't have just Meet the Teacher there. I do have 2 different pages and you can navigate to them. I have my courses, which outline the 4 blocks that I teach. I have a parent tab and a teacher support tab. All right, so this is another place where you can access these different tabs. So they have the student portal, which will bring you right to courses, a parent portal, which will bring you right to parents, and a staff portal, which will bring you to teacher support. I also, on my main page, have my summer project posted because we're still in summer, it's almost done, and some contact information down at the bottom. All right, so if I were to click on the portal, okay, I'm going to click on the student portal first. So when I click on the student portal, it brings me to my courses page. So this is just the main page. And I have 3 additional portals, actually 4 additional portals. One for each of my English classes and one for my WIN class, which is another class that we teach at Dunn. All right, so if I were to click on, say I'm going to go to block 2, English 601. Now, in this, I have a few different things for content. I have added in buttons that take me to Google Classroom, and I'm going to open that in a new tab. And you'll see it takes me, when I click on it, right to my Google Classroom for that class. Pretty cool. I'm going to do the same thing, open link in new tab with my Clever login. And you're going to see it brings me right to the Clever login page. I do that because my students pretty much need to access both of these daily, okay? Now, under that, I have today's assignments. So when I click on today's assignments, again, I'm going to do it in a new tab so we don't close this one. It not only takes me to Classroom, but it takes me to classwork today. So if you look at my classwork tab, I have a topic called Today, and every day I put the assignments in that topic. I will create additional topics that are week topics. So as the week goes on, I move what's in today into the week. But this makes my students able to constantly get to their classwork. I also have added in the class calendar, and I have it enabled in month view. They can toggle to week view if they prefer, or agenda if they prefer, but I like to have it set to month for the default. And this allows students and parents to see what is due. And if there is an assignment here, if that gets clicked on, so let's create an assignment real quick. Let's do a question. Do an attendance check, multiple choice, present. All they have to do is say they're here. All right, I'm going to put that on the 31st. It's due on the 31st, right? And I'm going to put it on today because today this would be their next day in school. All right, so let's go back here. I'm just going to reload real quick just so we can get a view of that calendar. Now, you can see it shows up right in the calendar. All right, so we're in block 2, excuse me, English 601. Now, if I were to click this, I can get more details, and it will take me to my Google Calendar, which is pretty cool. And then it can take the student directly to the classroom. And not just the classroom, not just the topic, but the actual assignment, which I think is pretty great. Okay, so I would recommend adding in a calendar or two. Okay, so I'll show you another thing that I have as well. I don't have any examples for my students yet because we have not gotten this year started. But say you were to click on the Parent tab, I have my contact info, PowerSchool, and Clever Login right there so the parents can click right in. And I also have a form, Parent Guardian Survey, right embedded here that they can fill out right here. They don't have to click any additional links. They can just fill out the form right here. Pretty cool. So if you go to my About, you're going to see, let's go to the Meet the Teacher, because we are not going to have back to school night this year. I have a little About Me. So I have a picture of me in college. That was a long time ago. All right, information about my career. And then I have these cool picture carousels, which I love these. And you can just kind of show off a little bit about your life. If you're doing this in About Me, you could do this. There's my dog. You could also do this with pictures for an assignment or a skill you want your students to learn. You can embed a picture carousel and have multiple pictures in one spot, which is pretty cool. All right, so these are some ideas of how to organize your content. But again, it's going to be up to you. So there's going to be a little bit of planning involved here. All right. So if I go to home, I'm going to go back to, actually, you know what? I'm going to go to syllabus because I want to show you how to insert a document. So in the pages section, you're going to go to whatever page you want, or you can use the navigation up here. I have syllabus hidden, so you can't get to it up here. You have to get to it from the pages section. If I go to insert, now it gives me a ton of options here, okay? And I went over a few of those options. You can add a text box, images, embed a website or a video or a GIF if you want. You can add something from your drive. They have preformed layouts. So for instance, when you saw my portals, that was this right there. Anytime you click on something, if you don't like it, just hit the little trash can, it'll go away. All right, you can do a collapsible text box, table of contents, that image carousel that I showed you. Buttons, I showed you the buttons as well. The divider, you can add a YouTube video, just like I did for my summer project, right into your site onto a page. Calendar, and then of course you can add any of Google's documents, slides, sheets, whatever it is you have that you want to include. So I want to put the syllabus right onto this page. Now, I don't have it finished because I have been focused on other things, but here it is. So now if I were to publish this, which we haven't done yet, that'll be our next video. But if I were to publish this, it would be right on this page and you could scroll up and down if it's only taking up that much of the window. All right, now let's add in a calendar. I'm going to show you how that looks, okay? So I'm going to add in the calendar. So I have block 1, and let's see. Win block 1, insert. Okay, so all you have to do, again, when you click calendar, you just have to look for the Google Classroom calendar that you want to associate with that page. So I'm on block 1. I wanted win block 1. Okay. Now I'm going to resize this. I recommend making it a little larger so it's a little easier to see, because this is a little tougher to scroll around. And oh, we went back down. Okay. My computer acts so weird when I'm on Screencastify sometimes. It just freezes up. So thank you for your patience. All right, so as you saw, you could toggle between these when you're in the actual site, but I like to make the default the month view. So you click the little gear up here, click the little gear, you're going to bring this up, and then you're just going to change the view mode to month and hit done. Okay, and now that month view will be in there. So I had a question on the 31st, and that shows up as well. You can't click on it from here, but you can once the site is published, from the published site. All right, so say I also wanted to add a button. All right, so say I want to go back to the class syllabus. I'm going to add a link to the class syllabus. Now, if it is a page that exists on your site, it's really easy to link. You click and you scroll until you find the page that you want, and it'll link directly to that page. And I want to put this up higher. I want this up near the top, so I'm going to put that up here. Oh, I want this on its own. So I'm going to put it up there. All right, great. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. And I'm going to show you how to link something that's not on the site. So I'm going to make another button. All right, and I'm going to put Google Classroom, just like I had for my block 1. So now I'm going to find my Win block 1, because that's the class that I'm working in here. And I'm going to hit the little gear, and I'm going to copy the invite link. That simple. Go back, and I'm going to paste the invite link right on into that button. And I'm going to drag and drop that button next to this button, make it a little bigger so you can read it. Great. And I could do the same with Clever, the Clever login, or anything else I want there to just be a quick link to. Okay. Now, you saw how I did my assignments. Say I want to do that here. I'll show you how I made the assignments tab. I just added a text box, and that added in right where I wanted it, wherever you had your cursor. And I'm going to put a title, and I'm going to put today's assignments. Now, this is if you want to link your students directly to your Google Classroom. All right, you can do that. But say I have another class. Well, before we do that, I'm going to just show you how to link. So you just double click that and then click the little hyperlink and then go to Win block 1. Sorry, I was back on my classwork. So go to classwork, and then I have today, and I'm going to copy the link for today by hitting those 3 little buttons, copy link, and I'm going to paste that right in there. And now that is a hyperlink and will take you directly to this right here. Okay, so that is how you put those in. Now, say I have another class and I don't want them to go to Google Classroom. Say I want them to watch a video and then fill out a form. Okay, I'm going to add a YouTube video. So you just click the YouTube, and I'm going to look for one. You can look for anything that you know is going to work. You can search it right through there. Here's a tip though. I would recommend viewing it outside of the Google site search bar, just to make sure A, it's appropriate, and B, it's approved for Trenton. Okay, so if it says at the bottom of the video, this channel is not approved for Trenton, there will be a red button that says approve. Just click that, and then it will be able to be viewable to your students. All right, so I want my students to watch that, and then I want them to fill out a form. So I'm going to click on my forms, and let's see. All right, so we just read the bear attack that changed America. And I'm going to just embed that right in there. And they will fill that out and submit right there. So that's another option. You can just add your content right in here. That works really well with things like forms that automatically collect data. If you are going to have them submit something to you, I would recommend linking that to your Google Classroom. This is a great place for you to make YouTube videos as well with instructions or other content. So have fun playing around with this. If you have ideas that you are not sure how best to execute, by all means, email me. I am happy to talk this through with you. And let's work on it together and get you up and running. All right, happy adding.